Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur, programa ngagserbi kamang kenrang tayo iti gobyerno probinsyal. Lalo na, iti beneg iti sanggo niyang panlalawigan ti probinsya ng Ilocos Sur. Mangted tinanay ng informasyon kadagiti programa, proyektos, tulong ken mga sistir kadagiti ang problema nga OFW ang kalugaran tayo. Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur, tinagaget, Produktibo Presiding Officer, the busy Governor of the Province of Ilocos Sur, Ryan Luis Singson, our main anchor, Ken Lito Javier, our co-anchor. Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur, at tuyen nagsubli ngagserbi kada kayo, ang sipod tada kayo ti inspirasyon mi. Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur, da kayo ti inspirasyon mi.
Hello, good morning, 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 good morning. Good morning, Ilocos Surian. Welcome to Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur, January 8, 2024. Thank you, Lord. At ito'y manina pong umay agserbi ka na kayo. Iti na ito yung oras ken kanito, mga kaibigan. Tumawag at kumatanda mga padre, madama programa. So, kumusta kayo amin na po? Have a beautiful day, beautiful life. Musta kayo amin, interamente nga lubong, dinudta mga paseteyan nyo, dinudta mga country, importante, agbuya kayo po, ag-share kayo, share, follow lang, pumayan nyo. Tapos di kastak at makakonektar kami dito yung oras, Iloco Heritage sa channel, mga kaibigan, Ryanniag Ti Ilocos Sur. Ken, kastamete na po iti Eagle Vision Cable TV. Lunes na Lunes! First Monday of the month. Yan. Okay? Lakit. Second Monday ko nakit dita. Uno di Lunes. Di ba? Nga mawalang pasok. Tatagat na pasok, mga kaibigan. Lunes. Amok na sa blessing tatapo ta. Napindas pa yung numero 8 pa, mga kaibigan. Alakit na, kumusta kaya amin na po, dito probinsya tayong Ilocos Sur, manipod to opisina niya po, busy Gobernador Ryan Singson, kumabkablaw kami, nagasat ng oras, baba na ito kayem, kamsat yung kapidyo lito, abira po, kadkaduwain dak manen, papagayam, basta Lunes. Lunes, ado na po nagiti pasamak, regular session, isang gunyang panlalawigan, tikada na dumaduma nga ilili dito probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur. Into bigat mat, regular session mat apo iti sanggunyang panlalawigan, iti probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur. So, amuyo tatangal daw, Lunes, panagbabayadan apo iti buis. No hangkay nakabayad iti December, ingkay bayad tata, ti buisyo. Ya, kita, no adda ti baybayadan yung nga buisyo, kahit nga sawen, nga adda po iti propertiyo. Kara, take note. Ya, panagme-mayor's permit tata, nga bulan. Tadi tayo di masaraan dito i-remind mo, kanyada. Kaya naging maladladaw tayo, lalo ka dati tibiyang itimidya. Dapat da tayo timununa. So, kumusta kaya amin na po? Happy viewing. Kada kayo amin niya. No adda iti boboisam, adda proper team. Kasi lang dayjay. Di ba? Salamat no dalo ka mo kating kagristro kukamba tayo ta. I-restro mo, ganun lang yun. Papagayam nga hamungin restro, kahit nasawin na mabagi. Ayan, naglibas boy. No, adati dagam, kayong tagmilyar kasi lang dayjay. No, da negosyo, ag-mayor's permit ka. Ngayon, no hamo kay tag-mayor's permit, isa ramon, ta negosyo mon. No, hamo kay ti maantala, hangkade. Kasi lang nga po, kasimple, kasi di kahit nangasawan, papagayam. So nga tata, panagpipila po iti, mayor's permit, kinagpepeso na agad, dita il-ilio, naka one-stop shop kayo pa din, no mapangakawag permit, kas pangarigan, renyo man day jay, tricycle ko sir, mayor's permit naman, sige, ada di jayan, kompleton. Papagayam, ada pagbayadam di jayan, treasurer, sa da BIR jayan, ada po iti mayor's office di nga nakalukatan, napo iti requirements mo di dyan, kasi pangarigan bilang lang, ada da amin dita, ada ti Bureau of Fire, ada PNP, di ba? Di man ako po, agbayad man milyar ko, dadtamot tayo, nagitay mabalim mo nga kontakan nga tattao, apo kailan, bayadan nyo, di kita, yung kaso nga masapol yun to, ti kwarta, ipila yun to apo niya, ilako yun to, Kitaan mo amin ni kita, no, updated ka mo lang agbaybayan iti tax mo. Kasjay. Ngano sana ka siyempre kontarin dan tumay. Mga kaibigan niya. So ano, proper team. Da kayo nga dad abroad, no, adda tinapanawan nyo nga property yo ditoy, ibagayo ta mapanda bayadan. Right? Ingka man bayadan di milyar na di daga di nga baset, ingka man bayadan ti milyar na deta na balay ken deta daga. Kasjay lang nga po. Sigurado ka nga kita nga negosyo ka nga kita negosyo kay dita Pilipinas ka naka permit da mo laang. Business permit. Kaya kasjay ta dagi obligasyon tayo apo. Amoy detoy. Dito obligasyon tayo gagayem ken na po kailan. It will generate income naman para iti gobyerno tayo. No nya di kita makolekta po nga buwis para iti dagitoy property tayo, nagnegosyo tayo, maurnong dagita, isuntomet lang nga po, in returns, isunto dagita iti usaran ti gobyerno tayo. Para ti infrastructure, para ti dagita na dumaduma po nga assistance. Di ba? Kasi in return. Sa totoo lang, tibiyang nga po ti Bureau of Internal Revenue ket 3 trilyon pesos sa tinakolektada di last year. Dakdalabanag na yay. Iso nga dagitay agis smuggled apo iti negosyo na dito Pilipinas, ala ket sipot-sipotan da kayo apo ti gobyerno. Handa kayo mat apo nga parigatan ang tekayat ko sawan, siyempre dalang mat. Amoyo di, sir, mano bayadak? Kuntarin ta, amoyo nung kaslang karinderya ko madayjay kastayo. Karinderya ko mga kaibigan niya. Diyay karinderya yo, gagayam na po kailan. Ako deta po, dakil nga banag deta, gagayam na po kailan. Kontaran naman, kumikita ka mo. For example pag sinanglawan, manubati tao nga magsinsinanglaw, inaldaw, dita mismo nga pag sinanglawan mo, makontar naman, no talo kasok nga tao ti inaldaw, papagayam. Kontaran naman diyay po, kaso ti bayadam. Bay ka, 1.5 million. Dakalon, sir. Usap ka ata, i-discountan da ka mo, kasjay, ori ka na mapanggata munisipyo. No makapatang mo po para compute da ka. Sarapi dila mabaling ikatambas, nabangkrapak, nga nakapagnegosyo ko diretso. Ingka magipatang ni Mayor, no kunada, palubusan na kalaki ni Mayor, adamat corresponding. So nga kunada po nga, ibagayo niyo po no, nga napastro iyo, haan nyo po nga datay, hausyawon. Mga kaibigan, tanong hinawsyaw yo, kaamu damot, di ba? Makuntar damot, gagayam ka na po kailan, numano. Ganun lang naman yun, di ba? No makiusap ka, sila ko ma-GBIR ko agbayad ak ti 25,000. Apay di lang mabaling ka din nga gudwana, hang kami mga unay apo nga nakapag-diretsyo nga nagnegosyo. Kaya dependent mo no, napindas yung rason mo. Kasi nga talaga, amo yun, na gusto nga computation ti implementar na giti apo nga mangitortorong. Kaya nagiti dati na dumaduma nga opisina, nga papagayam, awanan mas pagka, nagdakkel, di ba? Apay nga masapol pala ti Bureau of Fire. Wala di Bureau of Fire, may da inspected. No, da nakita da ngay nga octopus connection yan ti opisina, yan ti paglalakwam, no di yan ti paglulutuam ko, ano karinderya ko, makinagadong octopus. Ipari da. Mga kaibigan, dagijay, no daduma po, i-rejecten da ka, handa ka ngaykan permit mo, inga na ti handa nga makitang masimpadayay. Kasjay. Tibiyang iti PNP. Kita andamat, no kasano mat apo ti katalgad, ti seguridad. Itibiyang nga po ti health and sanitation. Kita andamat amin digit. Siyempre, permit, amin nigi, lumasad ka mo digiyay. There corresponding, ano naman, apay di na pahingin may nagkwantoy? Kara? Sigurado neta, padaanan ni Carreta, ocular inspection, mga kaibigan. Mangyari neta po, tibiyang iti Bureau of Fire, iti Municipal Engineering Office. Kasi iti mangyari. Takitain da no, kas ano, kinatalgad digito'y negnegosyo tayo, dito'y papagayam. Kasi halang nga may panggitig, bay ka, kasi ito, kitain da mo't amin, siyempre, niya serbi na nga rin nagpermada mo, di ayan iti papeles, mga kaibigan. Ganun naman talaga yun para updated po tayo. Every year po yan, December, pwede ka nang maglakad ng requirements mo for the approval and renew of your mayor's and business permit. Kasjay po, dakkel man gumbasit, nga negosyo po, mapermitan latamay. Ultimong topay nga digiti batit nga sari-sari store nga siyempre ibagamlangan nga mga 500 lang nga po kitain dati may isang aldaw alakat may kamat kasi di barangay kat ag-permit ka pa yun barangay mga kaibigan di ba nga kasliding ano kay mo tag sari-sari store nga kasi kuntaran da mutan ya nagdakkel mutan mga kaibigan ti bayadanan kasi mutan na po ti sitwasyonan gagayam ka na po kailan lumanlan nga lumanlan apo ti sitwasyon tayo kada gito ya po nga gundaway kasapulan tayo matapo ati siyempre so nga agtipid-tipid naman po tayo okay amoy umatan digay gitibiyang nga po nagitay employer tayo siyempre kitain damat siyempre bayad damat ti kastoy kasjay salary adjustment no maminsan mga kaibigan karaman na amin ni kita halos dandani quarterly basis apo nga gipangato ti gobyerno ti salary adjustment ti problema lang ditoy no kaya ba ti sumabay digi employer when no saan papagayam garon ho yun alagit masapul lat tamot apo ang balansyan tayo ti sitwasyon ya amad akang kanayon nga awang kita no awan ti kita kay nya nga ro ti Ibrahim sa ramon tano nalawlawag gagayem ka na po kailan garon lang ho yun syempre aham lang nga dagiti empleyado ti mangsirip kinyam no diket di patimo dagitay sangay ti gobyerno siripen da kamay di ba so BIR apay nga dabay bayadam BIR kasi nakita da adda mo apo ti income mo handa ka mga singiran ti kasya no ti income mo mga kaibigan di ba alangan syempre aglalo katagusar ka mo ti resibo kaya hangka maka palag kasya apo dito pay ideal land na lotem laeng nga po mamulmulaan bakras to pay di bantay kay no nakatitulokin ka kay kukam nakatax de ka kay kukam latamot agem teko na ako na masapol latamot apo nga alam ko majusto di ba so nga kasta ti sitwasyon tayo tata so nga panagbabayad ti buwis adot tao dita munisipyo tata mga kaibigan pila po ala ket ay iginanos nila kasi obligasyon tayo duties and obligations of a citizen nga adaan ti property mga kaibigan. Dito lang i-remind ko lang kada kayo. One, tapno naranranyag apo iti masakbayan tayo iti bukod tayo apo nga pagilian. Kasi sa buwis naman po tayo nakasandalet at nakasalalay po ang kinabukasan ng ating ekonomiya. Kaya kung wala silang makolektang buwis mga kaibigan, di ba? Nagdakkel ti income mo. Nagdakkel ti kastoy. Nagdakkel ti kinitam nga kastoy. Huwag nga dakkel mo ti binayadak ti buwis. Ganon mga kaibigan. Sitwasyon. Nga tisa mabalin pa lang mga himay-himayin na kita. Depende kanya yun o dami na ti connection nyo. Pwede bang ganon? Pwede. Apigid din. Ape nung nagbayad ka kumakas pangarigan ti buwis mo kaya let's say, kontari 25,000 bayadam. Ape di lang mabalin na po nga gigudwana. Nga kaskarina apo iti aglako tata. No mapakiusapam, swerte mo pero pag hindi, siyempre bayaran mo kasi may ebidensya naman sila. Andiyan naman yung mga resibo na inisubmit mo mga kaibigan. Di po ba ganon? So kung rin duma negosyante, agusar na po ti sales invoice. Dahil ket haang resibo dayay mga kaibigan, temporary receipt dayay, no OR so dayay. Okay? That is the real one. So nga nasirib no daduma dagitoy aglaklako dagitoy adda negosyo na gagayem ken na po kailan kasjay nya so inanos gagayem it's our obligation naman kaya siyempre kasapulan latamot apo nga ag-comply tayo ta siyempre makita yung mga iti sitwasyonan kada gitoy na po nga gundaway gagayem ken na po kailan di ba kailangan natin ng pondo para naman may panggastos ng ating gobyerno. Awan ti bako na apo nga stable government no awan na po iti pondo. Take note, narigat nagbalin nga leader. Iti may nga pagilyan no awan ti pondo apo nga sarin na. Iso nga dagito nga leaders tayo ti bobrenda pa umutang da pay balasiw taaw. Ken orepe dito'y lokal mga kaibigan. Na-prove the budget tayo of more than 5 million, 5 trillion pesos papagayang panggastos po natin yan. Okay? Lalo ka darigitay bagbagada po nga maharlika investment fund Kaya dependento nito, no, kasi anong tutipan na kayo implementar na mo data for the betterment of our country naman po. Tama naman po yan. Kailangan pagplanuhan mo, pagbutihin mo, ganun lang naman yon. Kasi 6 months lang niya, 6 years lang po. Mamalagi ka dyan bilang presidente. O kaya gawan mo ng paraan para naman kahit papano masiyahan ang taong bayan, mapagbigyan lahat, mga kaibigan niya, may aon tayo sa kahirapan. O repeti lokalidad. Siyempre, no, mayor ka, masapol planuam nga na siya at might. O, basit ti pondo ko nam, hangas na iti pagrasom mo, makamu ka nga, mangusar iti connection mo. And then, dagiti duma, mga kaibigan, alakat agremedyo da na talaga. Kasi po, ya, kastamat iti probinsya. Dito yan iti probinsya tayo ng Ilocos Sur, buti na lang. We are the richest province, mga kaibigan, because of RA 7171. And thank you to Apo Chabit Singson. Tanawan ni Apo Chabit nga nang putar-taray 7171, alakat anusan tayo third class municipality tayo pa lang hingga na itata. Buti na lang meron yan, mga kaibigan niya. Basta dapo iti may parwar nga pondo ti gobyerno, dala tamat mapan iti RA 7171 because of the excise taxes apo iti biyang iti sigarilyo. Yan. Kaya dagi apo, ti kinapudno na. So nga, tay kunakon, awan ti anya nga problema iti may nga leader dito probinsya tayo no hanga nagi ag-implement iti project because andyan po yung pondo. Ang dami kaya ng pondo ngayon na dumarating. Yung mga adati pondo apo kadagiti national agencies tayo, di ba? Kaya daw mununada pa apo nga may lepas na kita. So nga nagi pondo ti 7171 mod udi pa nga may trabaho na tanya nga ruget magabgabanan na po dagiti kontraktor. Papagayam. Ganon, ya. Iti mang mangyari talaga. Dito'y lokalidad tayo. Gagayem. So nga makita yo, nakadado nga mga trabaho, nakadado apo nga project ita nga malablabsam. Di ba kayo, handa mo mga agkalkali. Tapay, ada pundo nga may implementar. So nga, di kita, after 5 years man so katanda man tapay, ada pundo. Siyempre, di may sangaili, na for example ko 150 kilometers ko po iti municipal road, halos nalpas dami na kaya, nyad to Brian Dan. No nagkibasi na giyay tubtuban naman so katanda man ti baron. Ganun lang naman 'yon. Kasi may pundo Pero pag walang pundo, hayaan mo ingano ti marunot, ingano ngagbaling nga tapok. Di ba? Ganun naman talaga. So, amo ka po nga adamat ti obligasyon tayo nga Filipino citizen. And now it's oras apo ti panagbabayad iti buwis tayo. So nga paalala lang po. Lahat po ng may negosyo, lahat po ng may property, magbabayad po tayo, mga kaibigan. Obligasyon po natin yan. Hindi nga hanga sa hindi panahon ni Andres Bonifacio nga ilabas ang sedula. Kung kunada niya, pinigis na sedula. Handa kayo tagbayad ti buwis. Noon yon. Pero ngayon, hindi na. May gobyerno na po tayo na ating sinusunod, mga kaibigan. So, kasi po niya, kada kiti na dumaduma nga ili apo dito probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Sur. Ken dito pagilyante nga Pilipinas. Musta kay amin na po, happy viewing kada kayo amin nga wanti labas na. Alaket tatatta ko naman session, regular session apo tinadumaduma nga ili alaket umatender tayo because of our obligations din naman at saka siyempre tatno may pakamutay mat apo kadagiti amin nga mapaspasamak na kaibigan. Magkaroon po tayo ng regular session. Gagayam ka na po kailan. Karigiti ili apo. Okay, tibiyang ti Loco Heritage ay tumulong kami mo. Ya, kumay kami mo taga-tender kasjay. Kasi lang po iti pasamak tayo kasi sitwasyon tayo mga kaibigan. Kadagitoy apo nga agundaway. Sige po, ag-commercial break muna tayo, then mapantay to apo BBM update tayo. Gagayam ka na po kailan. Agsipod tatay kong nakon, umatender tayo matapo ti regular session. Yay ili ti San Vicente, Ilocos Sur. Kumusta kay San Vicente? Kumusta ti PCN order nitan na po? Okay kayo lang nitan, mga kaibigan. Because of this, napasamak apo nga shooting incident. Idi last year, manuti napasamak sa ditang shooting incident. Talo nung jak agriro. May sa di December, papagayam. November sa di may sa idi. Barbareng nga po no agtal na iti sitwasyon nyo dita, mga kaibigan. Okay? Sige po, commercial break muna tayo, then balik po tayo, BBM po.
Para pa po ganiti makay ayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyaman nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase ti silaw, adadita ti chandelier, LED lights kenda dumapay. Kasabay kadagiti agkagapintas at toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kasamit ten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles kenda dumapay ang materyales at kasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuday ti magi-set up kadagiti gatangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ano bayagin nga serbi kadang ti Ilocano iti Amyanan, Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado, ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives muna NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin med iti namayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduruasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nainayon ang kasbek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayam makikapingkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
We're pleased to announce the arrival of the President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Please rise for the arrival honors.
mga pinutangal. Ta. Mga Pinoy, baba. Palis. Madala. Palis.
The audience may be seated.
Baba. Ta. Mahal na Pangulo, handa na po ang talupan pandangal upang libutin. Tanghal. Ta. Mga Pinoy, tanghal. Ta. Mga Pinoy, baba. Palis. Kadala. Palis. Baba. Ta. Mahal na Pangulo, tapos na po ang parangal. Mga kasama, pinapaabot ng ating panauhing pandangal, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines, ang kanyang taus-pusong pasasalamat sa parangal na iginawad natin sa kanya ngayong hapon. Mga pinubaba, palis.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Please be seated.
Kat! Pakanan! Mga pinupit, pakanan. Kat! Kat!
We have just witnessed the arrival honors for the President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Today we are indeed honored to have your presence as we celebrate the 88th year of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, another milestone in the annals of the Armed Forces.
Looking back 88 years ago, the Armed Forces of the Philippines was formally organized during the American Commonwealth era through the National Defense Act of 1935. It was during the Philippine Commonwealth period, then President Manuel Luis Quezon, the first president of the Commonwealth, renamed the Philippine Army to Armed Forces of the Philippines on December 21st of 1935. This is in accordance with the National Defense Act of 1935. Thus, December 21 of every year is designated as the AFP Day. On this occasion, we are privileged that we have in our midst as guest of honor and speaker, the President of the Republic of the Philippines and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Arrayed before you on the ground are the contingents in their gala and battle dress attires. In gala attire, we have the Philippine Army, the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Air Force, the Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the cadets from the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy. In their battle dress attire, we have the AFP Special Operations Forces from the Philippine Army, consists of the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment and the Special Forces Regiment Airborne. From the Philippine Navy, the 4th Reconnaissance Group, Naval Special Operations Command, and Marine Battalion Landing Team. While for the Philippine Air Force, we have the 7th Special Operations Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, your armed forces, protecting the people and securing the state.
To proceed with, the troop commander for this ceremony is Rear Admiral Mac Raul B. Racacho, the commander of the Naval Sea Systems Command of the Philippine Navy.
Tanghal! Ta!
Please rise for the presentation of command and honors.
Alupunan, mga pinuno at mga kawal, hugay kamay. Ta!
Unahan, mga pinuno at mga kawal, baba kamay. Na!
Please be seated.
Baba! Ta!
The troop commander will now present the troops for inspection.
Pana Pangulo, handa na po ang sampanaw upang libutin.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. will now inspect the troops to be accompanied by the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., and by the Troop Commander, Rear Admiral Mac Raul B. Racacho, Philippine Navy.
Looking back at history, tripping the line was done prior to invasion of mainland Greece by the Dorians in 1200 BC. This is the act of inspecting the soldier's condition before and after each battle. Today, this military tradition is being observed to signify the mutual trust between the troops and their commander.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is committed to serving the Republic and the Filipino people, defending the sovereignty of the state and the integrity of the national territory. The AFP has expanded its role from traditional war fighting to peace support, peacekeeping operations, and humanitarian assistance and disaster response.
In the last decade, the Armed Forces of the Philippines has been on a path of reform and innovation, aiming to become a world-class armed forces by 2028 under the AFP Transformation Roadmap. The military continues to formalize partnerships and engagements to end local communist armed conflict and support national development. With gains on internal security operations, the armed forces is shifting to territorial defense, including maritime, air, and cyberspace defense. It has undergone a significant modernization effort to better protect the nation and respond to evolving challenges.
The AFP also participates in international cooperation, peacekeeping missions, and disaster relief efforts around the globe, enhancing its reputation and strengthening bonds with like-minded nations. The Armed Forces of the Philippines is strengthening its reserve forces to reinvigorate the spirit of nationalism and prepare for future uncertainties. The AFP has played a critical role in containing the COVID-19 pandemic and has integrated health security response in its performance scorecard to stay ahead of health emergencies.
The AFP aims to be a world-class armed forces that the Filipino people can be proud of by sustaining and strengthening the core values of honor, service, and patriotism. It places importance on human capital by boosting the personal morale and welfare and ensuring accountability in performance monitoring and evaluation. Looking to the future, the AFP remains committed to its mission of defending the Philippines and serving the Filipino people. Despite evolving challenges, the AFP's resolve is unwavering. With the dedication of its soldiers and the support of its citizens, the AFP is confident in rising above all challenges in service to the nation.
Likewise, the Armed Forces of the Philippines stand behind the administration of His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., advocating for national reconciliation and unity in service to the nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Please remain standing for the honors to the nation.
Tanghal. Ta! Alupunan, mga pinuno at mga kawal, tugay kamay. Na!
Bayang magiliw, perlas na silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pamay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Alupunan, mga pinuno at mga kawal, baba kamay. Na!
Once again, please remain standing.
Baba! Ta!
Let us implore the presence of the Almighty through the invocation to be officiated by the Most Reverend Bishop Oscar P. Florencio, Doctor of Divinity, Military Ordinariate of the Philippines.
In the settled purpose of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, service to the nation, the first letter of St. Paul to the Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 11, has it to say, "Therefore, encourage one another and build up one another just as you are doing." Unquote. Let us pray. Almighty God, we worship you in gratitude, and we call upon your holy name with our vision of a world-class armed forces, source of national pride, to accept our prayers and supplications on this 88th anniversary of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Now we implore you, O God, to guide us soldiers in our sacred duty of protecting people, securing the state. Inspire us always to serve with the values of honor, service, and patriotism, and make us all living testament to this year's theme, rising over the challenges in service to the nation. Finally, we implore you our distinct benediction on our guest of honor and speaker, His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., the Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Guide him to know when to proceed with certainty and safety for the nation's progress to a future of sufficiency. Increase confidence-building experience in our midst, and make us feel happier in our company with each other, with your Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated.
In a few moments, we'll have the high-speed opener pass of the FA-50PH aircraft of the 5th Fighter Wing Air Defense Command Philippine Air Force, call sign Bulldog. The FA-50PH is a supersonic lead-in fighter aircraft. the aircraft has a maximum speed of 1.56 times the speed of sound and has a digital avionics system with a proven air superiority capability for air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. Ladies and gentlemen, the aircraft being piloted by the following: Lieutenant Colonel Michael Rabina, Major John Red Honrales, Captains Jude Salangoy and Bonifacio Banganan, tagged as Agila ng Pilipinas, the FA-50PH fighter aircraft.
At this point, we would like now to invite your attention on the screens as we take a glimpse on the accomplishments of the Armed Forces of the Philippines through an audio-visual presentation.
In the heart of this magnificent land, rich with culture and heritage, where the sun kisses the sky and the seas embrace the shore, there is a force that rises with unwavering determination. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, an institution cultivated to express love for the motherland. They are men and women who rise each day to meet all the challenges ahead. The Army. The Navy. And the Air Force. They stand together as one, rising not only with courage, but with honor and duty in their hearts. Yet, the path of service is full of challenges, trials that test the spirit. In adversities, they emerge as beacons of hope, bringing relief and solace to those in need. In the darkest hours of conflict, they emerge as sentinels of peace, defending our nation and preserving every Filipino's way of life. The mission of the Armed Forces of the Philippines goes beyond defending the motherland. It's about service, unity, and compassion. They come as healers, mending the wounds of our nation and selflessly serving the Filipino people. Equipped with their talents, skills, and suitable technology, they serve the nation fearlessly, faithfully, and courageously. They soar as the epitome of service to the nation. With hearts ablaze and love for the nation that knows no bounds, they grow each day not as mere soldiers, but as guardians of the nation's dreams and aspirations. Courage and patriotism run deep in their veins, exemplifying service with honor and respect, carrying the weight of history while preserving the nation's sovereignty.
This is Philippine Navy Warship Lima Sierra 507. You are violating rule number 7. You are advised to keep clear immediately and avoid risk of collision.
Shoulder to shoulder, with our brave soldiers, we rise as a united Filipino nation. For in service to our beloved nation, we find our greatest purpose. This is your Armed Forces of the Philippines. Protecting the people, securing the state.
A big hand for the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
In celebration of the 88th founding anniversary of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, let us now hear the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., Philippine Army, for his anniversary message.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Secretary Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr., Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, other distinguished guests, members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today, we celebrate the 88th anniversary of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the enduring spirit, valor, and commitment that have defined our service since its inception. We are your AFP, soldiers of our people, defenders of our sovereignty, and partners for our future. In keeping with our legacy of valor in the face of countless challenges, both internal and external, the Armed Forces of the Philippines has consistently risen to the occasion. Towards attaining total victory against all threat groups, your AFP has worked in unity with various partners and stakeholders to achieve significant headway on our campaign. Our victories are validated by the improved peace and order situation in former influenced areas, as manifested in the declaration of the LGUs as insurgency-free, which boosted tourism, investments, and productive interaction across the nation. Simultaneously, we have strengthened our territorial defense operations by heightening our presence in our key maritime domain and intensifying our maritime security operations as a response to the increasing challenges to our sovereignty and territorial integrity. Alongside this, and in order to leave no one behind, we have also continuously contributed in humanitarian assistance and disaster response and peacekeeping missions abroad. As we celebrate the achievements of the past, let us turn our gaze towards the future, a future where the AFP goes beyond what is expected in meeting the challenges in these exciting times. We stand at the pivotal juncture where enhancing our military capabilities becomes not just an option, but a strategic imperative. Thus, the AFP will continuously strengthen the reserve force hand in hand with our regular force as we sustain our territorial defense operations, adapt innovation by building a strong presence in the cyber realm with establishment of the AFP Cyber Command. We shall also create the AFP Joint Special Operations Command, reorganize the AFP Presidential Security Command, and re-establish the AFP Counterintelligence Group, as well as pursue the AFP Modernization Program to leverage cutting-edge technologies and strategic partnerships, while bearing in mind our pledge to keep the peace and remain as your partners for progress on the ground. With the statement of our Commander-in-Chief, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., saying, "The Philippines will not give up a single square inch of its territory," we will continue to uphold our territorial integrity and sovereignty in accordance with our institution and with international law. Therefore, with our oath of service being a solemn commitment, we guarantee that every soldier, airman, sailor, and marine will put our people first above all else. As such, we implore our countrymen to be mindful in our own communities, relying on our strong communal ties and shared values to preempt activities that may undermine our national security. Together with every Filipino, we will continue the collective security of our nation. In closing, I would like to give my snappiest salute to my fellow men-at-arms for your dedication and sacrifices in service to our people and nation. I am truly proud and honored to work alongside you. To those who have supported and cooperated with us, I extend our deepest gratitude for your benevolence. To our friends, partners, and ally, collaboration and interaction are invaluable. We look forward to an even stronger and progressive cooperation in the years ahead. To our countrymen, we have done so much to win the peace. Let us continue being united in pursuing national security and prosperity for our beloved country. Through our collective efforts and unity, we can build a nation that thrives. Ang inyo pong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas ay lagi ninyong kasama, kasangga, at kaisa sa pagtatanggol ng ating bansa tungo sa kapayapaan at kaunlaran. Sama-sama po tayo at walang iwanan. Maraming salamat po, maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon.
Thank you very much, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Browner Jr.
From here, we'll witness a presentation of awards. AFP personnel who showed commendable performance and other individuals who supported and contributed to the accomplishment of the AFP's mission will be presented with awards.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is requested for the awarding to be assisted by the Secretary Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., Department of National Defense, by the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Browner Jr. For the individual awards, also to assist is our J1, and for the campaign and territorial defense streamers to be assisted by our J3.
The award of Medal for Valor is hereby awarded to late Staff Sergeant Cesar Arbarlas, 843851 Philippine Navy Marines. To receive the award is the wife of the late Staff Sergeant Barlas. We have Miss Certeza M. Barlas.
The Distinguished Conduct Star is hereby presented to First Lieutenant Cielo Rose U. Dolorican, Officer-19376, Philippine Army.
The Bronze Cross Medal is hereby presented to Lieutenant Ramsey D.R. Gutierrez, Officer-17913, Philippine Navy.
The Bronze Cross Medal is hereby presented to Technical Sergeant Max S. Pascual, 838661, Philippine Air Force.
The award of the Kagitingan sa Barangay with the category of Lakan is hereby presented to CAFGU Active Auxiliary Renmark M. Lino, SS-G18-000050.
The plaque of recognition for the AFP Enlisted Personnel of the Year is hereby presented to Master Sergeant Felomino A. Munoz, 828093, Philippine Army.
The plaque of recognition for the AFP Civilian Human Resource of the Year 2023, Supervisor category, is hereby presented to Mr. Joas Carl V. Cruz, Civilian Human Resource from the Philippine Air Force.
The plaque of recognition for the AFP Civilian Human Resource of the Year Employee category is hereby presented to Engineer Ruel P. Lizaso, Civilian Human Resource from the Philippine Air Force.
The plaque of recognition for the AFP Reserve Officer Training Corps Male Cadet of the Year 2023 is hereby presented to Cadet Colonel Al-Sajay Y. Sabdul, Corps Commander of the Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology.
And the plaque of recognition for the AFP Reserved Officer Training Corps Female Cadet of the Year is hereby presented to Midshipwoman Commander Hart B. Babunas, First Class, Operations Officer.
We shall now have the presentation of the campaign streamers and territorial defense streamers. In the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the campaign streamers are awarded to joint task forces, brigades, and battalions to recognize their exceptional accomplishments in internal security operations for the dismantling of guerrilla fronts and neutralization of armed components of the communist terrorist groups.
For the Eastern Mindanao Command, we have the 1001st Infantry Brigade. Commander is Brigadier General Felix Ronnie B. Babak, Philippine Army.
Joint Task Force Aguila. Commander is Brigadier General Alan D. Hambala, Philippine Army.
The 58th Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Christian C. Uy, Philippine Army.
For 02nd Infantry Brigade, Commander is Brigadier General Adonis Ariel G. Orio, Philippine Army.
The 30th Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Gerald H. Hale, Philippine Army.
901st Infantry Brigade. Commander is Colonel Arsenio D. Sadural, Philippine Army.
For Visayas Command, we have the 62nd Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel William C. Pesase Jr., Philippine Army.
.303rd Infantry Brigade. Commander is Brigadier General Orlando D. Edralin, Philippine Army.
The 43rd Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Nacer D.O. Arojo, Philippine Army.
.52nd Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Rudyard E. Garcia, Philippine Army.
th Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Marvin A. Maragon, Philippine Army.
.74th Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Jose Roy Manuel N. Dizon, Philippine Army.
th Infantry Battalion. Commander is Lieutenant Colonel Richard P. Villaflor, Philippine Army.
.803rd Infantry Brigade. Commander is Brigadier General Efren Morados, Philippine Army.
For Western Command, we have the 3rd Marine Brigade. Commander is Brigadier General Antonio G. Mangoroban Jr., Philippine Navy Marines. Joint Task Force PICAC, Commander is Brigadier General Antonio G. Mangoroban Jr., Philippine Navy Marines.
This time we'll have the Territorial Defense Operations streamers being awarded to the Philippine Navy and the Philippine Air Force units for exemplary performance in securing our borders and ensuring our nation's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
To start with, we have BRP Antonio Luna, FF 151, with the commanding officer, Captain Clyde B. Domingo, Philippine Navy.
BRP Conrado Yap, PS-39, commanding officer is Commander Renante H. Del Prado, Philippine Navy.
The 5th Fighter Wing Air Defense Command, with its wing commander, Brigadier General Leo A. Fontanilla, Philippine Air Force.
th Aircraft Control and Warning Wing, Air Defense Command, Philippine Air Force, with commander is Brigadier General Ronnie D. Petinglay, Philippine Air Force.
And the Tactical Operations Wing West, Philippine Air Force, commander is Brigadier General Eric Q. Escarcha, Philippine Air Force.
Congratulations to all the awardees. Thank you very much to His Excellency, to the Secretary of Defense, and to the Chief of Staff. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for all the awardees.
At this juncture, the guest of honor will be introduced by the Secretary Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., Department of National Defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos, Jr.
Before we proceed, will the troop commander give the order of Tikas Pahinga? Tikas! No! Kalukunan, Tikas Pahinga. Thank you to the Secretary of National Defense, Gilbert Chodoro, for his kind introduction. Please, as you were, gentlemen. House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, the Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Most Reverend Oscar Jaime L. Florencio, the AFP Chief of Staff, General Romeo Browner, and all the major service commanders, officers, enlisted personnel, and civilian employees of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I extend to you my warmest greetings. I extend it to the officials, troops, and employees of the Armed Forces of the Philippines as we celebrate our 88th anniversary. I join the Filipino people in acknowledging the many contributions and sacrifices of the men and women of the AFP in order to secure our people and our state. As you continue to play a vital role in the government's various initiatives, it is my fervent hope that your institution will remain relentless in countering lawless elements that intend to sow fear and distrust amongst our people. You have become crucial, as in the past years, the Philippines has found itself in the middle of geopolitical developments and tensions that could potentially cause regional insecurity or endanger people's lives and livelihoods. But despite the many attempts at provocation, the Philippines, through the AFP, remains a force and a voice of reason, exemplifying responsible and dignified behavior in resolving issues in accordance with international law. We shall continue to assert our rights in accordance with the Philippine Constitution and international law. The recent incidents involving no less than our AFP Chief of Staff is worrisome. Yes, but it is a proud demonstration of Filipino courage against coercion and our firm resolve to protect, preserve, and uphold our territorial integrity. I know that our soldiers and our troops espouse the same values and principles, and they remain undeterred by actions that stir tension. As the arm of government tasked with upholding national security, the AFP must continue to improve its readiness to effectively prevent and to respond to properly the current and emerging threats. To this end, this administration remains committed to supporting initiatives that will bolster our armed forces' external defense capabilities. I likewise enjoin the AFP to enhance existing alliances and partnerships with your foreign counterparts. Let us continue to explore so that we may forge new partnerships based on common goals, common values, and at the same time, advancing the national interest. So moreover, I extend my utmost recognition to this year's awardees for your unparalleled dedication, your courage, and the exemplary performance of your respective duties. It is my hope that you and the rest of the military force will continue to uphold the AFP core values of honesty, service, patriotism in every endeavor. As recommended by the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we are also going to adequately reward the existing Medal of Valor awardees, the increase of their lifetime monthly gratuity for displaying bravery and heroism in defending our freedom. This will provide them with a tangible, this will provide our heroes with a tangible and meaningful reward, highlighting our commitment to support and to honor our war heroes. I look forward to more decades of the AFP's excellent and selfless service to the nation, especially now that we are transforming our country into Bagong Pilipinas that is rightfully due to our people. Once again, I give my snappiest salute to all the members of the AFP. I wish everyone a jubilant and meaningful 88th anniversary. Mabuhay ang sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang lahing Pilipino. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Sampanaw!
Please be seated. A memento will be presented to the guest of honor and speaker, the President of the Republic of the Philippines. It will be presented by the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines. The memento is the Commander-in-Chief saber, a symbolic sword of honor, replete with meaning. It represents the highest power and fortitude of the Commander-in-Chief and is caliber to lead the armed forces of the Philippines, to protect the people and the state, and be relevant enablers of national development. Thank you very much to His Excellency.
At this point, we shall now proceed with the pass in review.
Unahan sa malikod ko. Asa. Proceed! Kalipunan, sa malikod ko. Cut! Sa kanang balikat. Ha! Sa kanang balikat. Ha! Talupod. Unang talupod. Pasulong. Good!
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now ponder on this year's anniversary theme, AFP at 88, Rising Over the Challenges in Service to the Nation. Truly, the armed forces of the Philippines could always be counted on by the nation and its people. It has demonstrated its solemn vow and devotion to duty as protector of the people and the state, contributing its share in unity with the nation towards a peaceful, steadfast, resilient, and progressive Philippines.
Let us now witness the parade of the various contingents of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ang mga makabagong katipunero, makadiyos, makakalikasan, makatao, at makabansa.
Leading the parade contingent is Rear Admiral Mac Raul B. Racacho, Philippine Navy, with his staff, Colonels Vladimir B. Caluya, Derek Ablog, Jeric Doliente, Vincent Mauricio, Felimon Dumuran, and Captain Jonathan Salvilla.
Following is the AFP Composite Band under the baton of Major Peterson de Vera.
Talupad. Unang talupad. Pasulong. Kalipunan, pasulong.
The 1st Brigade is headed by Brigadier General Fernando G. Ventura, with his staff, Lieutenant Colonels Jefferson Guerra, Dindo Perez, Jocelyn Tioaken, Commanders Jordan Ruazol, and Raymond Retaga.
Following is a contingent from the Philippine Army represented by the Security and Escort Battalion under Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Mamuya. His staff, Lieutenant Colonel Wilbert Basquinas, Majors Fabian Rane Jr., Ron Michael Soriao, and Joel Calusing. The Army has been a beacon of hope and progress. It has contributed to strengthening Filipino institutions, communities, and individuals by advocating for personal governance and by rebuilding itself into an organization loved by the people.
Next, we have the contingents from the Philippine Navy, headed by Commander Ronaldo Soriano, with his staff, Lieutenant Commanders Ronnie Acevedo, Jero Edgar Ilustre, Herbert Palacio, and Noel Braga. The Philippine Navy is the protectors of the Philippine seas and the first line of defense to uphold the territorial integrity.
Following next, we have the Philippine Air Force led by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Carlo Porras, his staff, Majors Ramon Christopher Engay, Manilin Collado, Arvin Macalintal, and Elpidio Salinas. The Philippine Air Force is tagged as the Angel of Mercy and the Guardian of the Philippine skies, primarily tasked to secure our country's airspace as a forward defense shield.
Parading next are the contingents from the prestigious Philippine Military Academy, the Cadet Corps of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, led by Cadet First Class Emmanuel Kibal with his staff, Cadet First Class Lanslo Reyeg, Robert Dave Incal, Andre Josh Romero, Roy Angelo Valmonte, and Ret Christian Ricofranca. Ladies and gentlemen, these young male and female cadets are the future leaders of the armed forces of the Philippines from the different regions of the archipelago. They are trained and guided by the tradition of excellence, espousing the values of courage, integrity, and loyalty.
The audience is requested to rise for the passing of the national colors. Thank you. Please be seated. Following is the AFP massed colors consist of the major service commands, unified commands, and the AFP-wide service support units.
The 2nd Brigade is under the command of Brigadier General Gulliver L. Señeres with his staff, Lieutenant Colonels Emmanuel Adriano, Claudio Bultaque Jr., Carmelito Aquino Jr., John Paul Hakla, and Commander Ray Habonete.
1st Battalion comprised of the cadets from the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, led by Neil Archie Hamchawan, his staff James Peter Di Maiwat, John Ralph Alam, Dave John Hamosa, Mark Benjo Liban, and Jude Ryan Garcia. PMMA, the pioneer institution in Philippine maritime education.
Following next are the Special Operations Forces of the Philippine Army led by Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Macatual with his staff Majors Rex Larita, Artemio Sombrio Jr., and Captains Christian Pescacio and Bongino Estrada. These units, the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment and the Special Forces Regiment Airborne, specialize in unconventional warfare.
This time we have the Special Operations Forces of the Philippine Navy headed by Commander Samson Servando, his staff, Major Romel Robles, Lieutenant Commanders Juan Tarosa and Marlon Andalio, and Major J. Jubilan. The contingent is comprised of the Naval Special Operations Command, Force Reconnaissance Group, and the Marine Battalion Landing Team, capable of conducting maritime special operations, counterterrorism, and other special operations.
Next is the 710th Special Operations Wing of the Philippine Air Force, led by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph A. Domingo. With his staff, Major Mark Anthony Cuevas, Captains Edzar Belier, Gilbert Maramag, and Frederick Malacat Jr. The 710 conducts special operations for defense of the Air Force bases and installations and perform other contingency operations.
We now have the motorized contingent, which showcases the assets being used in the internal security operations, territorial defense operations, and the anti-terrorism. Before us as the ASCOD 2 Sabra light tanks, a testament to international collaboration and unwavering resolve. This is not merely a machine. It's a symbol of strength, mobility, and unwavering firepower, ready to defend our nation's values on any battlefield.
Ascod 2 Sabra light tank boasts a versatile 7-wheeled chassis that conquers any terrains. Its rugged armor meeting the stringent NATO Stanag 4569 Level 4 ballistic protection standards shields its crew from even the most potent threats. Yet, Ascod 2 Sabra tank is more than just a brute force. With its command post vehicle, Ascod 2 Sabra light tank state-of-the-art surveillance and communication system provide unparalleled situational awareness.
And now turning our attention to a different facet of our armored might, let's welcome the armored mortar carrier with its 120mm mounted mortar system, a mobile artillery bastion. The armored mortar carrier with its 120mm mounted mortar system offers a potent combination of mobility, protection, and precision artillery power.
The latest in the inventory of the Army's artillery assets is the Soltam Atmos 155mm self-propelled howitzer, which will boast indirect fire support capabilities.
Next, we have the Marine V-300 Fight Support Vehicle of the Marine Reconnaissance Battalion's light armored vehicle with Cockrell 90mm gun.
The Spider Philippines Air Defense System is the Philippine Air Force's air and defense system, which will protect vital installations and key assets of the country. This is the central control unit of the air and missile defense. It is part of the Air Force Integrated Air Defense alongside the Philippine Air Force Air and Defense System and fighter aircraft for a layered air defense operations.
Following is a rigid hull inflatable boat with 2 machine guns being used by the Naval Special Operations Command. This watercraft is highly utilized as platform to insert, extract, and provide fire support to operating SEAL teams of the Philippine Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen a segment of your armed forces of the Philippines pass before you. These soldiers represent every airman, sailor, the Marine, and the foot soldier out there in the field, defending our country from all those who wish to destroy the peace, take away our freedom, and stunt our country's development. Once again, a big hand for the Armed Forces of the Philippines. At this point, the Troop Commander, Rear Admiral Raul Mac B. Racacho, Philippine Navy, will report for the termination of this afternoon's ceremony.
Pangulo, tapos na po ang parangal. Harap sa kanan. Harap. Pasulong. Tad.
Mga kababayan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating pagdiriwang ng ika-88 taong anibersaryo ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas. We would like to thank once again our President, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., for gracing the anniversary celebration. And of course, we would also like to thank you all, both those who are attending on-site and online, for joining us on the celebration of our 88th founding anniversary of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Samantala, mangyaring manatili po sa inyong mga kinalalagyan hanggang makalabas po ng bulwagang ito ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Di kooperatiba ano bayagin nga serbi kadang di Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Di kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives muna NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin medit nga mayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinaturoasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nayon ang kasbek, akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayam makikaptingkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
Rapaapuga iti makayayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyaman nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase ti silaw kada ti chandelier LED lights kenda dumapay. Kasabay karigiti agkagapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kasameten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles kenda dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuday ti mangi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events. Plus, get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Di kooperatiba ano bayagin nagseserbi, karang di Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Di kooperatiba ang manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariri empleyado, ken miyembro na. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, wala NSCC, ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin medit na mayat alangin-langin, ken kooperasyon, dagiti miyembro, ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduroasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nayon ang kasdek, akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Iso nga niya pelang ter orayem makikapengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suma na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Divina Kenny.
Paapo ti makay ayo abuya iti uleg iti pagtaingam. Anya man nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase ti silaw ada ti chandelier LED lights kenda dumapay. Kasabay karigiti agkagapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kastamenten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles kenda dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuda iti magi-set up kadagiti gatangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and